Good evening. I'm William Ferguson. This is Common Sense. The people in Washington, D.C., I think sometimes need to be reminded that they are there to find solutions to problems, not to behave like children on an elementary school playground saying, well, I'm not going to give you anything because you're not behaving as I wish you to behave. It's ridiculous. Brian Kolfage has started We the People Will Fund the Wall. It's up over $19 million now, and it hasn't been going that long. So, with this wall deal, the Democrats say, well, we're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to give you a dime. Why? What does that solve? Does that solve anything? Does that keep, let's say, illegal immigrants, drug cartels, drugs, human trafficking? Does that keep the United States safe from all that? To just leave the border wide open so that people can just walk right in with the drugs and whatever else they want to carry in? No, it's not. The people of this country, raising over $19 million already, is saying to the people in Washington, D.C., we the people are speaking. We want border security. We want a solution to the problem. The problem being the southern border is wide open, and it's allowing all kinds of garbage into this country. And I've heard, well, this country has a border. Well, that's just because they don't want combatants to come into their country. It doesn't matter what other countries are doing with their wall. Our wall, when we get it, and it will be done, because either the president's going to get it done or we the people will get it done. And I really, I wouldn't put it past us to find a construction contractor that would be willing to throw in a little bit of time and perhaps materials to get the wall done as a charitable act to get the wall built. I am getting so fed up with these children in Washington, D.C. And one of the congresswomen said that she's going to go to Washington to impeach President Trump, only she used some foul language as a descriptive of the president. And then I heard, I believe it was on The View, somebody said, no, it was Nancy Pelosi. She said, words hold weight, but what she said doesn't. Yes, it does. That's basically showing the people of this country it's fine to disrespect even the president. You don't need to respect the president. And if you don't have to respect the president, why should I respect law enforcement? Or anybody in the judicial branch? Or anybody, for that matter, even my parents. Why? It's a bad example that this person is showing to the United States, the people of this country. Disrespect for the highest office in this country. What does that solve? Nothing. It creates a bigger problem, just like the open border creates a bigger problem. Just like the Democrats in Washington not willing to see that this country is a free country and we are a sovereign country and we must protect ourselves from the enemies. And that doesn't necessarily mean war combatants. Drugs are an enemy of this country. It's destroying the people of this country. Human trafficking, that's not solving anything. It's solving nothing. But yet the Democrats, they don't want to open their eyes and see. And the really, really sad thing is in their arrogance, they think they know everything. But they were elected by the people for the people, not for themselves. And whoever elected these people into office have got to be half brain dead, not seeing anything, ignorant of everything, listening to the mainstream media saying, oh, it is so immoral, it is so inhumane to treat these people coming to the border like this. Well, no. But what would be humane would be to put up a wall so that the people of these other countries would realize we can't get in. So why even try? Why not just stay here and try to improve our country, just as Americans are trying to improve America, our country. President Trump is trying. The Democrats aren't. They're trying to destroy. They want to destroy. And then you've got Ocasio-Cortez, I believe her name is. And she wants to turn the country into a socialist country, having no idea what socialism does to a country. She's saying that we should tax the very highest in the social ladder, 60 to 70% taxes. Okay, let's do that. And so we'll say goodbye to those who are the highest earners in this country. Goodbye. Because they're not going to hang around to have all their money taken away from them just because some little girl said so. No. And then what? The next tier down, they'll leave too. Then what do you have? Nothing. But, see, the real question is, she's not being truthful, and it never has been truthful when anybody says we're going to tax the rich and help the middle class. No. Never happens that way. Because the rich have the money. And they can kick back a little bit to the politicians that say, we're going to say we're going to do it. Nobody's going to know. We'll just tax the middle class beyond all belief. Make them impoverished. That's the way it's worked before. And it has. But it doesn't work. When you take everything from the people, you have nothing left to take. So then what do? Take the dirt? What good does that do you? Nothing. Now, they also want to have a one-payer health plan. Or in other words, they want your health to be in the hands of the government. So that the government can say, well, no, what you have is going to cost too much money, and no, we're not going to allow you to have that operation or take that medicine to cure you of what is curable that you have, because it's going to cost too much money. Therefore, it's called a death panel. And they will be the ones that say, you get to live, but you have to die. Is that what you want? But first, they got to take the guns. And I'm sorry, but no. Any law-abiding citizen in this country that has any kind of firearm, that you're going to come and take their weapons, you might have a little bit hard of a time. Because if it was me, and I lived in a city and it was known that they were going to come take the firearms, I would gather together everybody. And we would encircle, oh, say, a makeshift armory that we have made, and give everybody a firearm and say, when they come to try, no, they won't. But that's exactly what happened in Germany. They took all the firearms, so nobody had the ability to protect themselves from the government. And the Constitution of the United States was written so that we do have the legal right to protect ourselves even from our own government should they become the enemy, domestic. So we wouldn't be breaking the law, we would be defending our constitutional right to freedom. But the Democrats, I don't think they've read the Constitution at all. I believe it's Article 2, Section 8 says that part of the job of the Congress is to protect the country, the people of this country. Where is that? Where is that, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and all the rest of you in D.C. that feel as though an open border is legal, constitutionally legal? It's not. You have states and cities that are aiding and abetting illegal immigrants, violent illegal immigrants, drug dealing illegal immigrants, trafficking illegal immigrants, human trafficking. When does it stop? In my book, I would say cut them off. Cut every last dime of federal money, which doesn't belong to the federal government. It's taxpayer money. Cut it off from those states that refuse to follow the laws of the country. You don't get a dime. See how that would go over. Oh, they'd start screaming constitutionality on that one. But wait a second. What you're doing is unconstitutional in that you're harboring illegal immigrants. Being in this country without proper vetting is illegal. That's an illegal act in its own. So you have states and cities and counties harboring illegal immigrants, which is in itself illegal. So I would stop funding to those states. Now, a second thing is the Democrats want to spend billions of dollars on foreign aid. Well, wait a second. What about us? What about the United States? We, the people, the taxpayers, are the ones that are making this money, Democrats, that you want to throw at other countries to protect them. Hey, wait a second. What about our country? What about protecting the people making the money, paying the taxes? What about that? I say, if it goes too far, let's have a revolution. Only no guns, no knives, no clubs. Just nobody pay taxes. You want to have a government shutdown? If nobody paid their taxes in this country, what are they going to do? Arrest us all and throw us in jail? No, I don't think so. We could come up with construction contractors to fix roads and do this and that need to be done. We can do it. We don't need the government. We can shut them down completely. Then we'll find out who's doing what to who. Like they say, it'll all come out in the laundry. Then we can really drain the swamp and find out who really wants to work for the people of this country, not work for the money of this country, not going around bowing at the feet of the very rich so that they can get their kickbacks, special interest groups and such. It's insanity what this country is going through. And we need to grow up, especially those of you who are in Washington, D.C. You need to find out what maturity means. You need to read the Constitution and find out what it says specifically and start following it. That's all I've got for now. Please pray for the leadership of this country, especially President and Vice President, that God will guard them from all the hatred and the evil that is constantly being hurled at them. Please pray for the military people, police, first responders, and such, that they will be kept safe and brought home to their families and loved ones. I thank you for watching. I'm William Ferguson, and this is Common Sense.